A 21-year-old girl, his daughter, sat a little distance away, crying uncontrollably. Jungkook walked towards him with heavy step and he looked at him with tearful eyes. Jungkook sat down beside him, holding his hand, looking at his condition. Jungkook's lips trembled and he tightened his grip on Jungkook's hand. Jungkook, are you okay, uncle? What happened? Jungkook asked, wiping away his tears. He looked at his beloved daughter who was crying with her head on his shoulder. He was raised her with great love and care, and seeing her fragile state and tears was unbearable for him. She had been crying day and night, not eating anything and sinking into depression. Seeing his daughter in this state, he had become worried and was now lying on his deathbed, consumed by that worry. He looked at Jungkook with hopeful eyes as if he had pinned all his hope on him and trusted only him. Lee Jung-sun, my breaths are very limited now. I have a lot of hopes in you. If I make a request to you, can I hope that you won't reject my request? Jungkook, you are not saying that you are going to leave me, are you? You can't think of leaving me behind. We had planned to do so many things together. Are you going to leave me with unfinished plans? Son, I want to live with you, but my breath won't let me. This time is very short for me. Listen to my words. I just need one promise for you. After I am going to take care of my daughter. She is very innocent, so innocent that she can be taken advantage of without even realizing it. You will take care of her, won't you? Protect her from people who only know how to exploit innocent girls. My daughter is there 3 months pregnant, and there are not one but two babies growing inside her, and she is still so young. She won't be able to handle all this on her own. At this age, she doesn't have the courage to abort the two innocent lives. She won't be able to raise fatherless children, nor she be able to bear the shame in society. Promise me that you won't let anyone find out about this and that you'll give those children your name. Take care of them and keep them with you. Save my daughter from the shame of society. Make me one last promise, Jungkook. This is my request to you. Tears were streaming from his eyes. He knew he was being selfish for his daughter's sake, but at that moment, only his beloved daughter mattered to him, as he would soon be leaving her alone in this world. Meanwhile, Jungkook remained a silent, stunned by his word, having no idea what he was being asked. Jungkook, uncle, how can you ask me to do this? I can't do it. You know I am married. I got married 2 days ago. How can I do this? Legend, you can do it, Jungkook. Promise me, don't break my trust. His voice grew weaker and the lines on the machine started to straighten out. Finally, his breath stopped and Jungkook's words were left unfinished, tears streaming down his face as he looked at the grip of Lee Jung's hand on his hand. Jungkook, I promise. Jungkook said, his lips barely moving. He gently closed the lesioned eyes and wiped away his tears. Then he looked at the girl who was crying even harder, clinging to her father's chest. How would he do this? He couldn't think. He couldn't tell anyone, but maybe he could tell his wife. Jungkook, yes, I can talk to her and find out a solution to this problem with Wine by my side. Why should I be worried? She'll understand me, she's just me. The thought of Wine made him feel like a weight had been lifted off his shoulder, for now his priority was to take care of the funnel and he would think about everything else later. Finally, tears streaming down his face, Wine was shocked and disturbed after hearing the truth. Taeyong, forgive me if I'm asking something wrong, but if these babies are not Jungkook, then whose are? He couldn't even finish the question before Van looked at him with angry eyes. What kind of question was he asking a girl? Emma, I had a boyfriend in college. I loved him very much. One day it was his birthday and he invited me to the party. I didn't know what was right or wrong. I just kept agreeing to everything he said. When he found out I was pregnant, he left me. Sorry, I shouldn't have asked that question. Ryan, thank you for thinking of me and putting my feelings first. You should go home now. Jungkook must be worried about you. Don't think about the past, forget what happened. We are all here for you and don't cry again. It's not good for the baby's health. Fine gently wiped away her tears and gave her a reassuring smile. Emma, so have you forgive Jungkook? You won't leave him now, will you? She asked instantly and Ryan was unsure how to respond. While when he has not done anything wrong but is there to forgive, he sympathizes you is kind-hearted person but he doesn't love me. If he loved me he would have trusted me and shared everything with me at least once. I have never seen anyone as stone-hearted as I have seen him these days. He remained indifferent and unaware of my suffering as if I never mattered to him. And if he loved me, at least the thought of divorce would have affected him. But it didn't. He also wanted to escape this relationship, so it's better if we just part away. No, Ryan, it's not that he didn't care about the divorce paper. When I handed him the papers, I saw his face pale, and for the first time, I saw tears in his eyes. Emma, yes, Nuna, it's not that he doesn't love you. He loves you very much. I've seen him cry like a child every night, holding your picture close to his heart. Since you left, he has not stayed in his room for even a moment. He just stays in his study room. He doesn't smile anymore and he doesn't talk to anyone. He just stays quiet. Never unaware of you. He was always with you, but he never let you feel it. He would wait for you every night outside your office until you went home safely, and then he would return home. I was often with him when you fell down the stair. He cried all night praying for your well being, and on the night when you needed blood, he was the one who came and gave you his blood. Your blood group is rare and it was not available in the blood bank. But he didn't let anyone know about it. Even the doctor who treated you was his friend. I don't know why he is like this, why he pretends to be the bad in front of everyone and hides his effort and love. But he is not bad person and that night Tai Hyung when he came to change your bandage and give you medicine in your room, Jungkook was the one who sent you. He didn't sleep the whole night after seeing you in pain. You can ask him. I am telling the truth. Fan looked at Thayung, who slowly nodded in agreement. I don't know why he lied to you that night, but he not allowed me only allowed me to stay in their room, not to touch or move any of your things. He said you are a very proud girl, and after all the pain he caused you, you wouldn't even want to be in the same room as him, let alone be in his life. So I should just stay in that room. He is incomplete without you. He loves you so much, and the people in this house love you too. After you left, no one spoken to me or Jungkook. Seeing you like that day, I didn't feel good, and you didn't even listen to my whole words. I wanted to tell you the truth, but you had already left the house, and Jungkook wouldn't let me go anywhere alone. And today he brought me here after begging me so much. Please don't leave, Jungkook. Please, I am ashamed of my sin, and if I see you two separate because of me, I'll start hating my own life. Tears start flowing from Emma's eyes, and Vine, who was silently listening but her also, tear up. Vine, first stop blaming yourself. You didn't do anything wrong, and if he wants to divorce me, stopping him would be foolish. He is doing this after thinking it through. If he really wanted to be with me, he would have. Come here himself if he truly care about his love, but he wants to escape all this. I think this is for the best. I think he is more needed in your life now, and he has many responsibilities coming his way soon. He needs to focus on fulfilling those responsibilities, not on others. Thank you for thinking of me, even though I am not worthy of it. Now go home. Jungkook must be worried about you. She got up and left, gently patting Emma's cheek. Emma also got up, feeling a sharp pain in her lower abdomen. Ignoring the pain, she held the stomach and stood up. Emma, please, Jenny, forgive him and give him one more chance. She barely spoke, struggling with the pain. As she took another step, her legs weakened due to the intense pain. She grabbed the couch and sat and let out a cry, and Vine immediately turned around to see her. Thyme quickly came over to support her. Vine, what happened to you? She quickly approached Emma, who was crying in pain, and held her by the shoulder. Vine looked forward. Emma, I don't know, Nuna, it hurts so much, she said, her face turning pale due to the intense pain. Vine looked down and saw that Emma's clothes also are getting wet. What month are you in? Vine asked. Emma, it's just the beginning of the ninth month, and you shouldn't have gone out in the last race. I have quickly take her downstairs. We don't have time. We need to get the doctor quickly. Be strong, Emma. Let's go to the doctor. She tried to help her stand up, but Emma couldn't move due to the pain. Taeyong, get the car keys and quickly go start the car. Leave Emma, I'll bring her wine. Okay, she quickly grabbed the car keys and rushed downstairs while Taeyong lifted Emma in his arms and followed. He seated Emma in the car and got in himself. Emma started the car without a moment delay. Meanwhile, Emma was continuously moaning and crying in a soft pain, and seeing her in this state, the two of them were extremely worried. When Emma, my child, hold on a little longer, just a little more patience. We are almost at the hospital. Taeyong, you should call Jungkook and let him know his presence more necessary. He must be worried about Emma's absence from home for so long. Taeyong, yes, you're right, I'll do it. He took out his phone and called Jungkook, who was frantically searching for Emma all over the house. Jungkook picked up the call on the first ring. Where are you, Taeyong? What happened to Emma? Jungkook's anxiety increased as he heard Emma crying and moaning in pain. Taeyang, we were out, but her condition suddenly worsened, so we are taking her to the doctor. I am sending you the location. Please come as soon as possible. Jungkook, why did you take her out without telling me? You are really the most useless person. He angrily entered the car and rushed outside while his parents watched him worriedly. Jungkook sat on the bench in the corridor, his face reflecting his worry and fear. Emma had been admitted to the hospital, and her high risk pregnancy combined with premature delivery had complicated her condition. She was in the operation theatre, and normal delivery was impossible. The doctor had clearly stated that there was a less than a 10% chance of both the mother and one child surviving. Jungkook family's members were also at the hospital concerned about Emma's condition. Despite their differences, they always stood together in the time of trouble and worry. Taeyong and Wayne stood outside the operation theater, leaning against the wall, praying for Emma's well-being. Seeing Jungkook's face, he and the other were worried, understanding the depth of his concern. Seeing Jungkook scared and worried faced, Ryan took a deep breath and walked towards him. She sat down on the bench a little distance away from him. Feeling someone's presence, he looked to the side and saw Ryan, then looked down again. Jungkook, thank you for helping me. You must be very tired. Go get some rest. He spoke in a tired tone. Why, no, I am fine. I don't need to. Did you sign the divorce papers? She asked directly without asking any unnecessary question. The question that had been bothering her for a long time. Jungkook's heart sank and his eyes filled with pain as he looked at Ryan. He knew she hated him now, but even in these circumstances, she only wanted a divorce. He looked at her for a moment, then looked away again. Jungkook, I didn't have time. I was a bit busy and then I got busy with Emma's pain. As soon as I am free from all this, I'll do it. I know being tied to someone like me is terrible and degrading, but since you have tolerated me for so long, please bear it for 4 more days. It will be favor to me. He spoke in an empty tone, having lost everything love, parents, sibling trust, and confidence. Now he feared losing the last thing he had, the responsibility given to him by someone who was fighting for life and death inside the operation theatre. Wine was hurt by his tone and words, still talking about separation. He could have told the truth or explained why he did what he did, but no, he had to keep his pain to himself. Wine. Is there nothing else you want to say? No words, no conversation, just ending the journey without a word. Tears came to Vine's eyes despite her not wanting them to. She realized that even when she didn't know the truth, she never thought he was as fallen as he was thinking himself now. Jungkook, you have already ended the journey, Vian, without a single word. What's left to say? I just want to say one last thing. Sorry. If you can, please forgive me. If you can't, that's better. If you forgive me, the weight on my heart will lift. If you don't, this will haunt me my whole life. That I deceive you caused you lifelong pain, and maybe someone like me, a deceiver, deserve that. He spoke staring at someone invisible point and Vine's eyes overflowed with tears. Everyone had thought him so bad and he had started to believe it too, even thought he was not that person. This realization caused her even more pain. Her silence and gaze made him look at her and seeing her tears he felt a pang in his heart. He wanted to wipe away her tears, but he had long lost that privilege. Clenching his fist, he stopped himself for touching her. Jungkook, why are you crying? Don't cry now. I am living your life. You should be smiling. I was the reason for your pain living in your life. I know I did a lot wrong to you, but you have cried enough. Stop crying now and learn to be happy. Forget that someone named Jungkook ever exists in your life or that he even exists in this world. Be happy and learn to live your life. This time choose someone who won't deceive you, someone you can trust. He turned away with a bitter smile. For a moment he wanted to hold her in his arms. She was still his wife, his love, which he was about to lose soon. After being apart for so long and suffering, he now felt himself disappearing. He had also lost hope for someone's love, but he had accepted everyone's hatred as his fate. His words were drowning Vine in more pain, and his last word hit her like an arrow. Someone she could trust. She realized that she had never trusted him. Why, Jungkook? Why? How much more lies will you tell everyone? Why you making yourself so bad in your own eyes? Why did you do this and why are you like this? You couldn't have shared everything with me. At least with me, but no, you don't even give me that much importance at that girl who means nothing to me, even just thought I should know the truth, but you didn't. You just prefer to be separate silently. Was I so insignificant in your life that you could leave me without telling me the truth? She spoke between tears, her voice shaking. You were going to leave me without telling me the truth, and that's how much importance I held in your life. He closed his eyes, controlling himself, so Emma tell her everything, and she is sitting here talking to him, now knowing the whole truth, but not before. Trust that still doesn't mean anything to her, not with him. Jungkook, I have been waiting for 5 months for you to ask me just once why I did what I did. I even came to you hoping you would ask me in anger or hatred, but you never did. You just believed what you heard and decided to leave me. What's the point of continuing a relationship without trust? You started hating me, and I keep burning in the fire of your hatred. I was waiting for you to think that maybe I was not like that, to trust me once and ask me question. I wanted to tell you the truth, but to tell you that I am not what everyone thinks I am. But that moment never came. When I made that promise, I thought that even if I couldn't tell anyone, I would tell my partner, my wife, everything, and you would understand me and support me in helping that innocent girl. But everything happened opposite of what I thought. When I brought Emma home, everyone started questioning me because I am married man brought another girl home. I had made a promise to a dying father and I couldn't tell them the truth. I was talking to them and you believe everything you heard without a doubt, losing control of your senses. You knew I couldn't bear to see tears in your eyes or a scratch on you, but you didn't think about anything and put yourself in so much pain. When you fell down the stair, I couldn't move from my place, thinking about what you would think of me in that state. But when you look at me, I saw pain in your eyes, broken trust, and my heart broke too. I was angry with you for not taking care of yourself, but I still hoped you wouldn't fight me, asking questions. But your trust in my infidelity only grew stronger, and in anger, I lied again that night, hurting you more. I apologize for that. We were in a relationship 6 months before marriage, and Emma was 3 months pregnant. You even believed that while being in a relationship with you, I was cheating on you with another girl. Did you ever think I was capable of that? I never loved anyone but you, and I never touched anyone else. I didn't have the courage, and my conscience wouldn't allow me to look at another girl with bad intention or touch her. I even asked for your permission before touching you after marriage. I told you countless times that no matter what happened, just remembering that I love you immensely and will continue to love you. But you didn't remember, nor did you even think about it once. You thought my love was fake and imaginary. He let out a bitter laugh, and it was then that he started to consider himself guilty. She had come to him to learn the truth, and as she listened to his words, more tears fell from wine eyes. Her heart ached with intense pain. If he was wrong somewhere, she was wrong too. Both of them had suffered. That's all you wanted to know. I admit I was wrong in many places. I made many mistakes, but at that time I felt pity for that innocent girl who is much younger than us and not wise enough. How would she have taken care of two children alone in that state? She needed someone to take care of her like her own. You are a girl, you can better understand the pain when you truly love someone and they only use your body, leaving you alone with bitter memories. And after that, your loved ones also leave you alone, departing from this world. You can better understand how that feels. And here, instead of getting love, she only received hatred from everyone. I ignore everyone to be her support. I know I am wrong, but I couldn't see another way. Sorry for that. He had expressed all his pent up emotions, telling her everything he wanted to say and share over the past 5 months. His eyes had turned red from trying to hold back his tears while speaking, but despite that, tears still flowed from his eyes, only to be ruthlessly wiped away by him before they could fall. Now all they could do was wait for Vine's response. Would she still leave him after knowing the truth, or would she stay with him?